Hey y'all, Karen here with Ministry and Mini Goats. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. You guys know what we're doing by this point. Yeah, I kind of had a few hiccups this week. But anyways, we're back. We got some stuff done. And now that it has cooled off a good little bit, hopefully we'll be able to get a whole lot more done here in the following weeks. So let's go see what we've gotten into. Okay, so as you guys can tell, jacket, it's kind of cooled off out here a little bit. Next couple of nights, it's supposed to be freezing. We're expecting our first frost here in a couple of days. So, we still have our little barn cat, and we're gonna go ahead and he just went in his house. I bought some wheat straw the other day from our local farm store, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get some of that done up, and we're gonna set it up in his house so that way he can keep warm. I couldn't find him this morning when I left for work, so I was kind of freaking out a little bit. But when I got home, I'd asked Aaron, I was like, have you seen Otis at all today? And he's like, no, not really, come to think of it. So when I got home, I kind of walked around, I was looking for him and got to call him for him, and he was over in our shed in our goats' hay that we have them for the winter time. So to keep him from having to travel and having to go through the cows in order to get over there, I figured it'd be just as easy to set him up somewhere over here. So we have him a little house. I'm fixing to get the hay, and we're gonna get him set up for the cold weather. You know, video. Yeah, we're just recording. I guess he come out of there. I don't guess he's still in there. Okay, so now I have some wheat straw in here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the extra wheat straw right at the moment, but we've got his little house set up. So that way if he chooses to go to the hay, then that's his choice. But I'm gonna show you what I got going on here. Got him kind of set up in there, got a bunch of wheat straw. So I read a thing, a friend of mine posted on Facebook here probably, it's been about a month or so ago now. Hay is for horses and straw is for strays. So since he is our little stray, figured we'd get him set up and get some wheat straw. If that does not work, I'll also have a little cat bed that is in the house that I had for my senior when he was sick, that we're going to, that we can also put in there if we need to. I'm gonna see if this works first. You can tell your girl's out of breath because this being pregnant thing, not for the faint of heart. So now we're fixing to go, and we're gonna go work on the chickens, make sure that everybody's good as far as the frost and stuff goes in there. We've still got some winterizing to do, but some of that's gonna have to come this weekend because, well, we're out of time. Yeah. Quack, quack. Yeah. I'll bet you don't eat my food.
I want to pet him. Look, Mommy. Let me pet him.
Okay, so generally during the summertime, there's still plenty of browse and stuff out. So we only really feed grains and corns one day or once a day. Now that it's starting to cool off, we will go back to our twice a day feeding. When you're feeding this many animals, and I don't see how people do it with more than what we've got. When you're feeding this many animals, they have a habit of running the food bill like way up because they'll eat as long as you feed them. So as long as, did you find an egg? Okay, go put it back. As long as it's not cool and there's still things out for them to eat, then we don't really worry too much about all the extra food. But now that it's starting to get cool, the grass is gonna start dying, and when the grass dies, that takes the browse away from the goats, that takes the bugs away from the chickens. So we're back to twice a day, and during the winter the food bill rises tremendously. So today will probably be the last day that they only eat once a day. Let's go feed the silkies. Most of my birds have slowed down on their laying, so we're still gonna go ahead and feed. When they get a little bit lower in the food, or in the laying, or when they get a little bit lower in the laying, we're gonna go ahead and probably start supplementing layer pellets, but right now we still have plenty of eggs. So I don't wanna supplement them and just end up throwing out eggs. So until we get where we're down to maybe a dozen eggs, we're gonna just keep letting them go off the corn and feeding them and making sure they have plenty of food. Take the basket and go get the eggs, okay? And we're also gonna go over here and feed our chickens that's still in the big pen. Okay, you guys still have some food, so I'm just gonna top you off a little. Here you go. Sitting on water.
I got that egg. Here, Mommy.
As you can tell from looking behind me, the barn has again turned into a hot mess. So we'll get back over here this weekend, clean it back out. It actually stays pretty warm in here, so I'm not really too concerned right now until like we get snow on the ground or it gets down and stays in the 30s, 40s during the day. Today it was like 51, and then it's gonna be 34 I think tonight. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna clean this back out. When it goes getting real cool, we'll go ahead and we'll put some straw down. It doesn't really do any good because the chickens actually just scratch it all to one end of the barn. They either scratch it back up towards the front or they scratch it back here. They're not really picky on where they scratch it. It just goes everywhere. So yeah, we're gonna have to get back in here and clean this mess out because not to my liking at all. And we still have to finish around the milking station right here. We still have to finish going around it because we have chickens still getting on the milk stand and pooping on the milk stand, and that's not very kosher or hygienic. So we've still got to take care of that this weekend too. Pretty sure this is why they say don't release balloons. I'm not exactly even sure how this ended up over here, but it's over here anyways. You'll notice behind me I have like 50 million dog houses because I have 50 million dogs, it feels like. I've got 3. We also have our 2 male goats, our 2 breeding bucks over here. The big dog Lou in the back, Gravy jumps on a lot, so he has busted the top completely out of it. So I've got it kind of up under the tarp, so that way, you know, at least if it rains, it's covered from that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move some of these other dog houses around, so that way if we get any weather or anything like that, then everybody's got a place to go. We also have our makeshift goat shelter over here that we have and are taking care of, so that way that's one extra added shelter. This weekend we're gonna get over here and we're gonna do something kind of like the little temporary shelter that we had up over here during the summer to kind of give them a little bit of shade. We're also going to do something like that, but we're going to make it a full-blown house, and we're going to get a feeder set up over here so these males also have hay, since the browse will be getting kind of limited here in the next coming weeks and months. Huh?
And screwed out some sheet metal to the top of that and make a roof. Huh?
Out of here? Yeah. I mean, that's alright for like temporary.
Huh?
That's alright temporary. There's that one. You're like, they don't poop right there where they eat.
And it's got eggshells in it.
Oh yeah, they eat eggs.
No, like, it's got, like, little chewed up pieces. Like, Sammy poops eggshells.
We know boy.
Geez, I want a doghouse like that.
Okay. This is about as good as we're getting. And that's because right now, I know you guys have noticed that my mobility is somewhat limited. Had a little bit of a temper, and I kind of hit something I wasn't supposed to and busted up my arm. So we're working on getting that fixed and healed and whatnot. So hopefully the cast will come off this week. Wasn't anything just like too bad, but it was bad enough where I needed to rest my arm instead of using it. And you've got a farm, you've got kids, you've got a full-time outside of the home job. There's no rest for the weary. So we're gonna go and take care of the rest of these animals and see what else we can get done before the frost. Looking over here at the moose. Don't remember if you guys remember from prior videos, but there were 5. Now there are 3. 1, 2 went to slaughter. And I'm looking, and I think this girl right here, we think she's pregnant. And this is the dad. And over here with the tail sticking up is the other girl, but think she's kind of too small, so don't think she'll be having babies. But so behind me here, right over there, we have a very large pecan tree. And with the first frost coming, I know that that's gonna probably kill the tree. So I'm gonna get on out here and I'm gonna pick up what pecans are left on the ground, so that way when the frost comes and it starts to kill the tree and the rest of the pecans fall off, we won't have as many to pick up. So let's go pick up a few pecans. Looks like the lawnmower already got a few of them, but a little bit of grass won't hurt anybody. We can still eat them. When the lawnmower knows you're looking for pecans and does one just perfect. Apparently I didn't need that anyways. Found another one laying on the grass. Let's see if I can eat this one. Not too bad. But there's still some more out here that we need to find. Yeah, some of them that, although the lawnmower cracked them, I decided to save, and some of them I didn't. You can look at this one, and you can see, I guess, camera focus, get my face out of it. We're gonna leave these out here for the squirrels. But then you have some of them like this, that were barely cracked, and I'm thinking that these will be okay to eat because, I mean, they barely have any cracks in them. Didn't really get dirty, and I mean, God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. So I think I've about found all of them that I'm gonna be able to get from here. So we're gonna go ahead and take these and put these in our bucket and just wait, and probably sometime next week, maybe the following week, I wanna make sure that I've got as many as I can possibly get before I go and get them cracked, because I don't want to just keep taking batches out and getting them cracked. So we're gonna wait, we're gonna let this thing go a little bit longer, see how many more fall off this tree. We've got another tree over there, but it's not really, it's putting off some, but there's still a lot of them on the tree. So we're kind of gonna go from there and see how things happen. This concludes our short little video for today until I can get myself healed a little bit. So we're fixing to go call a fish guy and get some more fish. We'll show you guys that when we're putting them in. So, all right, love you guys. See you in the next video.